Hey, it's Bryan and Ben from Elvis Monroe. And again, hey, shout out to Rock Rage Radio. Thank you so much for the love. Hey, Benny, you want to click that light switch on next to you right there? There you go. Boom!
I just got an
Look
idea.
at that.
Look at that.
Look at that. So this is a story so far. And this is just me and my best mate actually getting to hang out and tell the stories behind this record. If this is your first time watching, it's because our newest album that is dropping, we just found out right when we started.
Actually, we should tell people.
Yeah. January 27th,
97th.
Friday, January 27th. We're dropping the Story So Far album, which I'm really excited about. And I want to shout out right now to The Voice. Chase, thank you so much, buddy, for doing this with us, sitting down and letting us share our stories behind these songs.
Hey, it's what I do, Brian.
Look, did you hear him? Hey, it's what I do, Brian.
It's like the voice of God.
Yeah, exactly. He is the opera singer. It's a little nerve-wracking to sit in here.
He used to be in Creed. That's the weird part. I don't know why he's doing this now.
Yeah.
But at least he's not living in his car anymore. You know?
So you and I are going to have to sit down and decide where we want to do this release.
And how we want to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
There's I've already picked my outfit.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
Elton John has nothing on me. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, geez.
But this song, I want to talk about this song.
This song goes
So
way
January
back.
27th, we'll probably play this song.
Yes.
So this was the first song we actually...
For Elvis.
For Elvis Monroe that we wrote together.
Exactly.
For a whole new project, which became Elvis Monroe.
Yeah.
I don't even think we knew it was called Elvis Monroe then.
We didn't even know that it was going to be a band. It was a crazy time for me because I was in Paperback Hero, and you were in Lifehouse, and I just split up with my fiance. My fiance and I just split, and it was my way of dealing with this stuff. As writing, this is how we deal with. It's like a verbal or a vocal diary, and I've said that many times because it's true. It's the way I cope. It's the way I deal with the hurt.
It's like public therapy.
Exactly. Yeah. And I get to stand in front of everyone and go, hey, this is my soul. This is how I am. This is how I feel. And so I remember going through that. And you guys, it's funny because you guys might know who my ex-fiance is. It's Natalie Eva Marie, the WWE wrestler. So I knew that we both knew that this wasn't going to work. It wasn't the best fit for us. But how do you still hurt? You still walk around with pain. You're going through something right now.
Yeah.
And you know that you carry around a heavy heart. And I was expecting to get music from you in the last, 4 to 6 months, really, to get stuff from you to write to, because I know that this isn't easy to deal with.
Yeah, it's an interesting whole thought and life process,
right?
This band, I remember that day. I got on my rigid chopper.
Mm-hmm.
I was wearing camo shorts and a Boston Celtics vintage Larry Bird tank, and I thought it would be a great idea to roll down with a guitar on my back on a motorcycle on the freeway.
Yeah.
Like,
if you ride motorcycles, it's like having a parachute.
Totally logical. So I got on the freeway and, this is cake. Got to like 50. The parachute. I was like, oh my God. But in for a penny, in for a pound. Off
Yeah, exactly.
So I rode all the way down to your place.
Yeah.
And
actually, that was when we actually played it for the first time. We played it for Universal Studios because you had your jersey on, your Boston Celtics jersey.
That was our first acoustic show as Elvis Monroe.
Yeah, because we didn't know what it was going to be. The next day we went, this is something special.
Right.
But this particular song, though, was I remember for me, we joked on another episode about the same 4 chords that I write songs to. And before you came along, I would just pick up a guitar and noodle, and not knowing what even I'm putting together, even if I capoed it and it goes to the same damn places.
Right.
But, which is funny. But I remember staring at my guitar on the wall, and I grabbed it a few times, which made myself late to certain things. And they weren't important things to go to, but just, I wanted to get
the
to.
Grammys.
Exactly. Nothing really important. Nothing.
Yeah.
But about 3 a.m, I went out to the living room and I just started playing it, and the chorus came out of me, and that's when I called you the next day and said, hey, any chance you could come out? And you lived 35 miles away, but it might as well be 2 hours unless you're on the motorcycle. And you came to my house and we finished the song. But the song itself was me coping with how my ex-fiance and I had met. And it was in a club, and I walked out on stage and the curtain opens up and we're at the Viper Room.
The Viper Room.
Yeah.
I remember.
And there she was, in the spotlight is on her. And I remember the black and white dress she had on and everything. And how when the show was over, I didn't have the nerve. I just played to all these people. It was my show. And I didn't have the nerve to walk up to her and ask her name. And she left and then came back, and she at least said hello to me, gave me her number. I called her one time and then never called her again, which was wild. And then years later, we meet on a sidewalk by accident, and then that's how it started. But this was that, I remember that time, and it was me coping with it and knowing that we got the green light to go out this. You even came to my engagement and stuff. Yeah. Your truck was stolen that night. I remember that.
It was.
That must have been, that had to be a sign.
It actually
this wasn't going to work out. It was
my buddy Donnie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry, Donnie. Sorry, buddy.
I didn't have a truck because I only had a motorcycle because I had just gone through a weird divorce.
Right.
And I didn't have a car. So I was riding this badass bike everywhere. But this night I just knew I shouldn't be on a bike. So I borrowed his Silverado. And he just put these rims on it, and I didn't want to park it up at Universal for like $9 billion.
Right.
So I parked it down on Ventura Boulevard, and came back, and I'm like, I swear I parked the truck there.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, someone took it.
Should have been a sign that it wasn't right.
They wanted the wheels, man.
The greatest part about you go through these things is this song and this music, I remember when she heard it for the first time, it brought us back together, right?
Right.
But then our careers took off because we started Elvis. Elvis Monroe was started with this song.
Yeah.
And that started to take off. And her career took off.
There's a synergy with this story too, and Elvis was the same stage, the same place where we played this for the first time, where we played our first acoustic show. I came to see you play up at Universal,
right.
And I knew in my heart that band wasn't the right band, and it wasn't the right vehicle, it wasn't the right time. But I didn't know the answer was right in front of us with this, really until the next morning when I was walking my dog Gibson.
Yeah.
And it came to me, I said, okay, I know what to do.
Well,
and this was the first song after that decision, and the first gig ended up being in the same damn place.
Right. We played it, I remember, for the press release for Universal and the big stage that we ended up playing as Elvis Monroe, our very first show. Yeah. What they call it, the 5 Tower stage. It's a $5 million thing up at Universal City Walk. So this song and Lullaby were the 2 songs we played for the press, and this was brand new at the time. It's crazy because I have a photo of that. I have a photo of us, and I'll put it up right here, of us writing the song and going through it. It got to a point where you're such an amazing guitar player. I couldn't even touch it. Like I don't even know what it is anymore.
We changed the key.
Yeah,
just saying.
But it's all it's all the.
But it's finding what we were.
Exactly.
It's like what my guitar says when I play it.
Right.
What you say vocally and melodically, to uniquely make what this duo, this band is.
Yeah, and I love it. So, and a shout out to Natalie Eva Marie. She and her husband have made. They are blowing up. The 2 of them together, insane. She found somebody great. I found somebody great, and it just wasn't the right thing. But that heartache.
I got a car.
Started this.
So I don't have to just ride my bike every day.
So you don't have to ride your bike. You got mini cars now, so when you want to get into that. Yeah, okay.
You always need one more. Always one more.
But, so thank you for that. And this song's called Green Light. Do we want to play it?
Yeah, let's play it, man.
Let's play it. Don't do it. No, I knew you were.
So I got to tell a story about that. So we were playing one of our first gigs, and we start this song. It's kind of like cool and rocking at the front. Right as B's stepping up to the mic, he's about to do his like first thing, and I just start this little. And he just looks at me like what
are you doing? The whole band. You got Ryan and Danny and Dave.
And we were all in on it except for me, and we were just with him the whole time. I just had to do it anyway.
So I got back at him one day, and I remember going into what was it? I got my first real 6-string. Yeah. But
I'll try and not do that to you.
Okay, yeah, but you still did it. So I saw the look in your eye through the glasses. I can see his eyes. Yeah. I remember the vision of you as you made your way to the stage. There was a girl in the black and white dress, gorgeous eyes, beautiful face. I remember the courage and lack just to walk up and ask you your name. From the moment I looked in your eyes, I knew there's no walking away. You and me at a green light that turned red. You and me got so close, lost so fast. Come to me and I'll show you that we're best as you and me. Close your eyes, remember back to you and me. I remember the image of you as a spotlight shined on your face. It was a fiction, girl, in my dreams. If I'm asleep, I don't want to wake. I remember the feeling I felt to be caught with no need to escape. From the moment I looked in your eyes, I knew I was never the same. You and me at a green light that turned red. You and me got so close, lost so fast. Come to me and I'll show you that we're best as you and me. Close your eyes, remember back to you and me. Take a look on the inside you will see. Take a look on the inside you'll find me. Take a look on the inside you'll find you and me at a green light that turned red. You and me got so close, lost so fast. Come to me and I'll show you that we're best as you and me. Close your eyes, remember back to you and me. Close your eyes, remember back to you and me. Woo! It's been a minute, but that was fun.
It's been a while.
Dude, yeah. How cool. I think Chase, when you came out, we were playing with Everclear. I think we busted that one out. And I sang the first verse twice because I was man, it had been forever.
It is.
And
we got through it.
Yeah, we did. So those of you listening out there, thank you so much. I'm Bryan and that's Ben, and we are Elvis Monroe. And you're probably listening to, actually, shout out to the Rock Ridge Radio listeners as well. And those of you who listen to a Hero's Journey podcast, that's my podcast, heroesjourneypodcast.com. Come check it out. I'm going to have Benny on as a guest, and maybe we'll get like Randy Couture to come, get like guest host, like be the host.
We can tell some stories about busting in and taking over a radio station.
Over a radio station. I remember doing that.
That'd actually be fun.
This has been fun. Stories so far, as we mentioned, the album
January 27th.
January 27th.
Huge shout out to Curtain Call Records. Huge shout out to Sticky Paws Studios for putting up with us.
And Chase, our boy.
The voice of God, come on.
Hey.
Can you
I appreciate the Sticky Paws.
He was in Creed, he really was.
I appreciate the Sticky Paws shout out, boys.
Yeah. So, Heroes Journey Podcast, Story So Far with Elvis Monroe, Rock Rage Radio, Sticky Paws Studios. I'm Bryan, that's Ben, we're Elvis Monroe. Thank you so much.